How's it going today, Fidel? How's it going, man?
It's going great.
How are you doing today, bro?
Doing great, bro.
It's a beautiful day, beautiful night.
Yes, sir.
Finally, no wind or nothing like that to mess up our days.
Mess up my fishing, bro.
Sheesh.
No wind.
So you're already bringing it in. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about your fishing, man. So we have Fidel Valencia right here. He is the man of all trades. If you want a haircut, if you want to go fishing, if you want to, I don't know if I can say it, but I'm going to say it. If you want to go learn how to kill somebody, this is your man right here. We got Valencia right here in the house. Hell yeah, my boy. Thank you so much for coming in, man. I know you recently went on your flight right now and you probably still have jet lag and shit like that, but you're here. You're alive, man.
I'm alive.
How's it been, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
Another day.
How's everything been, bro? Talk to me, man.
It's good, bro. Just another day, another dollar.
I'm
I'm alive, so I'm good.
There we go. So that's good, man. So what plans do you have now that you're back? I mean, I know you were in boot camp, right, for about 6 months, I want to say it was exactly, or
22 weeks.
22 weeks. There we
Fort
go.
Benning. Shout out my boys at Fort Benning.
Shout out to everybody in Fort Benning.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Atlanta, Georgia.
No, I was in Columbus, I think.
Columbus, Ohio.
No, Columbus, Georgia, but
I don't know.
I think yes, it's like I'm an hour away from Atlanta though.
Nice.
Big rappers.
Yee.
I met Vic Blends too.
Vic Blends, the barber god right now. He's coming big on the Instagram, coming big everywhere. Shout out to Vid if he ever watches this. Yeah, Vic Blends. How was that? I know you got that picture with him. How was he as a person, man? How I mean, once people get famous, let's see how they act, man.
Bro, Vic Blends is definitely like down to earth, solid as shit, right? Like you would think like all these famous people and all, they're like, all fake after they get famous, but he's not. He's really down to earth. Like when I was there, I was recording him, and his security or his little bodyguard guy, whatever, he's like, hey, like stay out of the shot, like in the back and all. And I was like, all right, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
So I moved around and whatever, and I was like, hey, can I get a picture of him? He's like, sure. And he's like, he's hella down to earth, he's cool with everybody. Like just how his videos are, like he's hella cool with everybody, whatever. And so he's recording and all, and he finished the haircut. He actually cut my friend's hair. So I came out of the mall where I was at, and he got done cutting hair, and he came up to everybody. There was a bunch of soldiers right there, and I was right there too. I was like, I'm gonna get a pic with him. And then I got a picture with him, and he was just talking to me about whatever. He was like, just whatever you put your mind to, like the same way he does on his videos, like whatever you put your mind to, all this motivational stuff. Took a picture with me and all, shook my hand, dapped me up, and I was like, that's dope.
Hell yeah. How long was your guys' little interaction there?
Maybe like in a minute, maybe.
Because there's so many people there, huh?
Yeah, there's so many people just recording him, bro. I mean, like, I get it. He got to, talk to everybody, but it is what it is.
Yeah. No, that's really good, bro. That's really good.
Oh, it's getting hot, bro.
And what other stuff was going on over there, bro? Tell us a little bit more of that. I mean, I know I said you're a man of all trades, bro, but let's stick to the Army right now, since that's kind of what's kind of fresh and kind of warm right now. Tell me more about that, man. How were those 22 weeks?
They were, mentally challenging. Just as like you can look it up on Google. Just look up anybody who's interested in joining the military, that probably has looked up on Google how's basic or how's boot camp, how's OSA. OSA's one station unit training, so you do your whole 22 weeks at one spot. Because if you do like a job that's like whatever, like more like technology or like for like I guess smarter people, whatever you want to like call it.
Depending on what you did on the SAT
or the ASVAB, yeah. So,
ASVAB, there we go.
So if you look it up on Google, most people have if they have like an interest in joining the military and all. But you look it up and whatever it tells you, like, oh, it's mentally challenging and it's gonna be physically demanding. It's true, it's just it is what it is. But
was there ever moments, bro, you just wanted to give up,
bro? Oh,
how many, like, how big was your class? I know you showed me the sweater last time, bro, but how big was your class and how many graduated?
All right, so we started like with 130 people, and then we ended up graduating with 68 people.
So that's more than half.
Yeah, definitely more than half.
Yeah, or just around, I guess, like 65 equals 130, right? I think my math's right.
Yeah, I'm not good at math. That's why I joined combat job, bro, because I'm not smart.
There we go. So like, how was it, bro? Was the first week like the one you dreaded the most, or what?
So you look up on Google, whatever, or YouTube, you look up how's basic training, and you get a bunch of old videos. They don't have a lot of updated ones, but so
it's not the screaming at you though as soon as you show up.
Like when we got there, we showed up in a bus. So when you show up, like your first initial 10 days is like in processing. So you show up to this building. The drill sergeants aren't really as like, like yelling at you. They're more like trying to get you in, get you processed. You know, they do like all your whatever, your medical information, your financial information, just a bunch of all kinds of information for 10 days. You're just there like in an auditorium basically, and just waiting for your group to get called for in processing. And then that's not basic. Those don't count towards your 22 weeks. So you do the 10 days, and then you go on to your first 72, which got exchanged for the Shark Week. Which Shark Week was like when you get there and you see everybody like put the bags over their heads and they make them do a bunch of stuff. You get up at 2 a.m. from in processing, and then so I'm just trying to like remember everything. Shit, my bad. So you wake up at 2 a.m. You get your bags out. You wait for the buses to pick you up, and you probably fell asleep around like 10, 11. So you only have like off 3 hours of sleep, whatever. And then the buses pick you up. You leave. You get like these tape color like on you, so they know what like platoon to put you in or whatever. You get there, and then we got picked up by just a sergeant. She picked us up and took us to our bay, and then one of the like senior people there told us like a briefing on like sharp and stuff, like, you know, like sexual harassment and stuff like that, you know, like just giving us a brief of the basic stuff and not to do. And then all you see is just a line of drill sergeants come out of the door, bro. Like I think it was like 10 of them.
Did they come in like really mean and shit, or like?
Oh, he was cool. I mean, like at the beginning he was serious. He was being really professional, just like they're supposed to be. Like about, because the army and stuff, they take their like sexual harassment and like all that stuff really serious. Yeah. So he came out and talked to us, and then all of a sudden they come out. He's like, drill sergeants take charge, and then we just started, you know, doing a bunch of stuff. We're running off like 3 hours of sleep, and then they do the first 72, which is the first 3 days, and that's like the first milestone of actual basic.
How many people quit throughout the first 72?
First 72, I want to say maybe like 15 people quit, bro.
No fucking way.
The first day. That was the first day we got there. We did the Thunder Run, which is the new thing. Like instead of first 72, you do like, you go to a track, like, you know, like a regular, you know, track where you run. Like a
track and field one, a regular school one and shit like that?
Yeah, bro, that's all it is. And then you can look it up on YouTube, like just like Thunder Run, like basic training or whatever. And
so it's like a marathon type of thing?
Yeah, bro, they make you run. I think it's like 3 miles altogether or 2.
Sheesh.
But you don't run it. You pick up water jugs. They reenact the, like, they'll tell you, they'll be like, okay, on this day, whatever, like it's in the, I forgot what book it is, but so basically they tell you about like this story that happened in like Afghanistan about this soldier who did this under fire, and they basically try to simulate it with like fake rounds. So they're throwing smoke grenades, they're lighting off simulated artillery. It's a lot of shit. I'm just like, oh damn. They're letting off the 240 Bravos. It's like boom, 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 letting it off crazy, and it's just super loud, smoke in your face, and you can't see shit. And you're carrying this stretcher with like a fake dummy body that's like 100.
And this is in the first 72 hours.
This is the first like 3 hours in the first day.
Shut up.
Yeah, so you're already picking up a stretcher with a dummy with 190 pounds, and then you're picking up MRE boxes, and then you're picking up, they're just trying to make you like, just trying to like, you know.
So they briefed you a little bit before, because I know you said the 22 weeks didn't start as soon as you got there. So they gave you a brief, bro, because like if you just start like in the first 3 hours, you already got to be doing all that stuff, bro. I kind of feel like it's kind of overwhelming then, huh? They just get you in action.
I feel like it's anywhere, bro. Like, you know, you try to weed out the weak, like, no disrespect to nobody, but I mean, it's different for everybody. I mean, but the job you choose, you can't just like, you know, you can't be weak for that, bro. Because I mean, it is, you know, you join a combat molest, you're gonna see stuff like that in the future if you ever, you know, go do what you do out there in the world. But
and just to let everybody know, what branch is the one that you're in right now, bro?
I'm in the Army National Guard, so I am basically just part-time Army, but I go through the same exact training, the active duties. So they activated me for 6 months for a training, and then now that I'm out, I basically just do 1 week in a month, and then I do 2 full weeks of training in the summer a year. So I do basically 6 throughout my contract. I'm gonna do 6 full weeks, and then basically 1 week in a month for the 3 years. But yeah, so a lot of people have the misconception like, oh, you know, National Guard, they just do or like disasters around the world or whatever. But I mean,
that's not the case.
No, I mean, I don't really want to like say that National Guard goes on deployments like more often, but they have the option to do it. You know, like I can go and tell like whatever people, like my sergeants or whatever, and tell them like, hey, I want to go on this deployment or whatever, and then they'll just, you know, if they need people or they need heads, they'll send me with them. So that's why they say National Guard deploys more, than active because we have the option to volunteer to go. So
Okay,
it's pretty
okay.
dope.
And that's even better because I mean everybody that's actually volunteering, they want to be there, instead of the people that have to like get forced to go or anything like that.
Yeah.
But that's pretty badass, man. What do you think is what did you take out of it? Like your morals, your discipline, like
Yeah.
what changed the most, bro? I mean, even though it was just 22 weeks.
I don't know. You tell me how do I look? Nah, just playing.
I mean, hey, I'll tell you this, bro. You showed up to your appointment on time, so
Yeah, definitely, bro.
that never happened before.
One-
I'm kidding, man.
Now, one thing, I mean, definitely that they do is you wake up a lot. You do wake up earlier, so you wake up like at 4 a.m. and then without an alarm, bro. So it's like now without having an alarm. I know I used to be a heavy sleeper, but I'm not anymore. So that's one thing it helped me out with was be more aware with like I'm asleep and stuff. So I wake up to my alarms, so stuff like that, and then also be more physically fit, definitely, bro.
Talking about your sleep, bro, what was like the most that you went without sleeping while you were in your training?
Well, you got to get 8 hours of sleep according to the regulations there. But when you're out in the field, it can depend because I think there's like the drill sergeants are protected. Like the drill sergeants can get in trouble if you don't get 8 hours. But they'll give you your 8 hours of sleep when you're in the bay.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're out in like field training exercises for like I think the first one we did was it was 2 days, I think. And then, so you do 50-50 security. So you'll be up 1 hour, you wake up 1 hour. So you'll have a battle buddy. So you have one guy lay next to you. He'll sleep for an hour. You wake him up. Hey, I'm going to go to sleep for an hour. And then so it's an hour. And then what is that?
No one has rest at
So
the end of the day.
sleep. You start sleeping at like 9 and then you wake up at like 5. So just do the math. So you do half of that. And then that's what it is.
Dang.
So, I mean, it's not too bad because, I mean.
Did that take a big toll like mentally on you?
Yeah, definitely, bro. Cause sleep. I mean, you can work somebody as hard as you want, like push-ups, sit-ups. I mean, all that, bro, and you can get through. I mean, a man can get through. It's just all mentality. But when you take someone's sleep, it's definitely like
that's a game changer right there. Huh?
That's it, right? Like we used to like get mad and want to fight with my battle buddy, bro, because when we would like get in trouble, they'd like threaten to take away our sleep or whatever. But like we'd get mad. It's just to like. It's to build camaraderie, or how do you say that word? Camaraderie, I think. Camaraderie. Yeah, it's just to build camaraderie, and yeah, it's pretty crazy, bro. I mean, it's fun though. It's definitely an experience.
So would you guys be beating each other up in there? Like,
nah,
everything was straight edge.
Yeah, everything was cool. It was professional. I mean, I've heard stories of people fighting and all, but I think my cycle, I wouldn't want to call them scared, but definitely like a lot more professional.
Hell yeah. No, that's really good. That's really good.
Yeah.
All right, so you think it does make you a better person? It straightens you up?
Oh, yeah, definitely, bro. Like, now my girl had told me, she's like, you say sir and ma'am to everybody, but it's just like respect towards, like, the
people are not used to that, Fidel.
They're not used to hear. Like, when do you ever hear someone call you like, oh, thank you, sir? Or you hear someone say, thank you, ma'am? Like, it definitely helps you.
Hardly ever.
Yeah, you definitely.
Yeah.
Discipline as well. Like, I mean, they'll work you hard, bro. Like, that's just what basic training is. You get worked hard, so you get a lot more discipline, which is pretty cool.
Do you think that like since you came back, do you think you have been using that in your normal life, civilian life?
Bro, yeah, definitely. I think it's hard to adjust. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I respect to all the people who go out to deployments, do like 12 months or whatever, 13 or stuff longer, like that. Yeah. And I'm not really no one to talk on like crazy amount of times because I've only gone for 6 months. But I mean, I speak probably for like about 90% of people who have gone through basic. Like, when you go through it and then you come out, it's definitely different because it's just you're not used to the civilian world. You're used to people.
You didn't have a phone in there, bro. No, I know how hard it was to contact you.
Yeah, no phone. You get no phone. You get no phone, and then you get I think a 30-minute phone call. They have to give you a 30-minute phone call.
Every how often? Every day?
Every Sunday.
Just one 30-minute phone call once a week.
Just Sundays, and then the days, like the weeks we do good, like we're disciplined and all, like our drill sergeants will reward us with like an hour or an hour and a half. So shout out to them for that because that was definitely cool,
Did you ever try bribing them?
Bribing them? No.
Like, that's not how that life works in there.
No, they keep it professional. They wouldn't even do it anyways.
No, that's good. That's good. And do you think that that's going to make you more disciplined, like with your fishing? I know you're trying to do with the YouTubing, man. It's kind of something you've been doing, and it's been coming up, man. Do you think that it makes you more disciplined? Like, now you have kind of like a routine or something that you have in your mind that you want to do. Is there anything like that? Or do you think you're still coming back? You're still trying to get just settled? Yeah,
I'm trying to get more settled because I'm like I said, bro. Like, you're gone for 6 months, and I think when you go on a deployment, I mean, I don't have experience or like any way to like prove this, but I feel like you have more freedom when you're in the like actual like army.
Uh-huh.
But when you're in basic, your day's already made. So like before you even get there, your whole 6 months already planned out. Your transportation, when you wake up, when you go to sleep, when you eat. So we eat 3 times a day, bro. So we already knew at what times we were gonna eat. So
Did you already know what you're gonna eat too?
We're gonna eat? Everything's already planned out. So it's like
The MREs.
no, I mean you eat MREs during lunch. So you eat a morning breakfast. It's pretty good. Like you just eat your regular eggs, bacon, waffles, and grits. Oh, grits are good, by the way.
What's a grit, bro? I don't. Is it like a muffin or what? It sounds like
grits is it's kind of like oatmeal. It has oatmeal texture.
Yo, bro, we have been so disrespectful. Shout out right here to BTB Div, man. He's right here chilling with us, and we didn't even say what's up to him. This is the security guard right here, man.
Make sure you check him out on YouTube, BTB Div.
And he's coming on the podcast too, so you guys make sure to be ready for that video.
Yeah, y'all stay tuned.
No, yeah, but tell me, bro. Tell me. My bad for interrupting you there.
Oh yeah, grits is basically like it's like an oatmeal, but not oatmeal. It's like I don't know, these little balls. I can't like quite. It's kind of like
the Ferrero chocolates that have the little ball.
I don't know how. It don't even taste like anything. It's just a texture that I liked. I don't know why. It was weird, bro. It's more like it's kind of like what do they call the fish eggs when they eat that?
Fish eggs.
Like
caviar.
It's kind of like that, but really really small, right? So it's really good.
Is it worth as much as caviar?
No. Grits is like comes in a box and you like pour water.
Is that why you stick to fishing, bro? So you can eat caviar whenever you want?
Nah, caviar is
nice. What fish comes or where do you get caviar? The best caviar from what fish, man?
Honestly, don't even know. I don't eat sushi like that. Like my girl put me onto sushi for the first time when we first started dating. And the only sushi I can eat, and every sushi lover says it's not real sushi, but California rolls my shit.
California deep fried.
Deep fried too. I can't eat that raw shit. I was like,
that's crazy. The California rolls. One time I went to a restaurant and I ordered like something California, and I was I was wanting the ones that have the fucking like lechuga and all that shit in there. What are they called? Is it egg rolls?
Spring rolls.
Spring rolls. I was wanting that because those are fire. And I asked for California rolls, bro, and then they bring me a soup and they bring me like all kinds of shit. I'm like, hold up, like I've never had this before, you know? Yeah. And then later on I find out they're not even bringing me what I wanted, you know? Damn. So I ordered 2 big plates instead of ordering, because I get chicken teriyaki. Yeah. We went off course right here, but fuck it. I was eating chicken teriyaki, bro. And I ordered a whole ass California roll thing, bro, with the soup and everything. I was like, God damn it, I guess that's why I stay fat, bro.
Fuck it. Hey, food is bomb.
Hey, food is bomb.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. So, anyways, going back to the real topics, bro. Talk to me more about your barbering, bro. I want to know more about that. I mean, I know you've technically already finished school, right?
No, I haven't finished.
How many hours you got left?
I think like 2. I think I need like 300, like 280, something like that.
And how has it been going with the barbering? Did you try to cut up any of the soldiers or anything like that up there?
We don't speak of that. No, like no, you can't. You can't cut their hair because of bacterial reasons and stuff like that, COVID and all that.
Okay.
I heard that like I was saying earlier, OSAT's like a whole 22-week long thing, so you stay with the same drill sergeants all the time. But when you do an AIT, which is Advanced Individual Training, you do your 10 weeks of basic training and then you come back home, or you get shipped off to your school. So you graduate basic training, you go to your school, or you get shipped back home after basic training, and then you wait for your date for your school to start. And that's more like college. So we had it more like basic training for 22 weeks. So it was constantly just the same drill sergeant, just like, you know, messing you up, whatever. I mean, not hitting you obviously, but like making you do like a bunch of like corrective training. It's not called smoking anymore, but it's called corrective training. But like I was saying, AIT, I heard people do be cutting up and they make good money over there, bro. That's honestly, I was like really hopeful to do that, bro.
Is there a way to go in the army and just be a barber in the army?
I think you can be a barber in the army. There is an MOS for that.
Okay.
An MOS was military occupational status, I think, or honestly, I don't even know my acronym.
Is that like the job duty that they give you pretty much technically?
MOS, yes, just your job. That's what it is. So if you ever hear MOS, just know that it's military job. Yeah, that's basically all it is. But yeah, I was really hoping that I could go cut up hair. I mean, I just did a haircut on my brother the other day too, so my skills haven't really went away. I'm still pretty solid at it.
How'd you feel cutting back? Like,
it felt weird. I'm saying, bro, like being gone for 6 months in like an environment where you're constantly just like you're controlled, like to do exactly what you're told and exactly when, and you come and you try to get used to the civilian life again, and you just like it's hard.
How is it? As it's kind of a little bit more personal, but how is I know. I mean, I don't know how much information you want me to give out about you, you know, but I know you recently got married before you went, you know, on this. How was that, bro? Like, just your relationship with your girl and like her not being able to talk. Maybe that one phone call you got that week, you had to choose between your mom or your girl. You know what I mean?
I chose my girl. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm like, I know that your wife comes before you know, once you get married, your wife comes before everybody, or God and then your wife. But, no, I chose my girl, and then I would just message my mom. My mom was cool with it. She was like, I just messaged my mom, my dad, and I mean, they know how to use their phones. They reply to me, and while out of my 30 minutes, I talked to my girl, just see how everything was going back home.
But how was that, bro? How was the separation part? I mean, it was, you know, 26 weeks or what is it, 22 weeks?
22 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. How was that, bro? Everything like, because if you think about it, like, you know, with the people that actually get deployed and all that, like, how, you know, a lot of them actually start having problems. Is that something that like occurs like so often in the military? Was it just because it was your first 6 months, you didn't really experience any of that? Like,
I think it's all
communication with them, or
no. Let me think. How do I say this? It's like it's all every different person, you know. Like, so, I mean, I guess I think I was fine. Like, we were good and all. But yeah, I heard. I mean, according to like, I guess studies or whatever. Like, yeah, like military couples usually don't last or whatever. But I mean, that's why I chose the National Guard too, to stay close to home and all. So,
yeah.
So I mean, I think I'm straight. I mean, I'm good and all. The being apart, like, it sucked though. It's just like, damn, you know, you don't see nobody
Because you miss your family.
Yeah, you miss your family. You get homesick and you just like. I think at one point, at probably like the third week, bro, I went into the bathroom and I started tearing up. Like, I'm not even gonna cap. Like, I was in the bathroom, bro. I just went down into my head. I was just like, oh, bro, I want to get out of here, bro. Like that. I was like, like,
were you mentally drained?
Yeah,
or
mentally drained, bro. Because the first 4 weeks of basic training is you do your red, white, and blue phase, and then you do the advanced individual training at the same spot, which is black and gold phase. That's like the more learning your job. The last two phases, but the red phase is the most physical demanding. That's the soldierization part of it. So you're just constantly just getting like corrective training. You're getting like push-ups and sit-ups and I mean all these other I can't name all of them, but all these other what's it called, like exercises and all. It's just crazy. It's like it really just drains you, you know.
Yeah,
it kind of sucks. But yeah, at one point, I think it was a third week or a second week, bro, I was so like, I was just mentally drained, bro, because you sleep at 9, wake up at 4, get up, do PT, and then the PT part's not too crazy because you got to do like these certain like exercises put like by the army to keep you. They're not to make you physically fit, but they're to keep you fit enough to be in the army, you know. So you get up, you do your exercise or whatever, and then as soon as you get back, now you're back to just whatever.
Do you guys get up like running and stuff like that? You guys have to go for a jog, or that's just movie shit right there?
That's like I don't know. I mean, it could be like back then. I heard they did do that a lot, but the most I ran at training was 5 miles. I think 5 miles. Not like over time. I'm talking like whenever it was run days. So I think we'd do it like 3 times a week. So it was like 5 miles, yeah. And then it was like an 8-minute pace, so we'd run it, you know, whatever 8 times 5 is. I don't know.
So you guys all like kind of jog together in a way?
Yeah, we all jog in a formation. So it's like we had, I think, so it's each platoon. My drill sergeant, he's from a high speed station. So where he came from, they run like, I think, 10 miles a day or something like that for 3 days a week. So he was really fit, and we were struggling to keep up with him for the longest time. And then eventually, we were doing pretty good at the end. Like,
would you guys pass him?
No, I mean, he's fast, bro. He's just too fast.
How old is this guy?
I don't know, in his mid-30s, maybe almost 40.
And he's clowning on you guys that are like in your low 20s.
Yeah, bro, he's fast. Bro. You got high schoolers coming out, football players or whatever, and they're all like, "Oh, I'm a football player." You got these track stars, and these drill stars are built different, bro. In
basic training, do you guys fight? Like actually, like, you know, when you're learning your technical or whatever it's called?
We do combatives training, so you get combative level 1 certified. So it's basically, it's not even fighting, bro. It's just it's more wrestling. It teaches basically like you get taught how to like get out of like situations where like someone's on top of you, or like how to put people in arm bars and how to like
jiu-jitsu?
I don't know how to explain. Yeah, it's based off Brazilian jiu-jitsu, I think is what it's based off. Yeah,
Okay.
the army picked up on that, and they teach you like Brazilian jiu-jitsu. But it's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, they told me they're like, if you ever get in a bar fight, don't use it. They're like, you're gonna get your ass beat.
It's
And
not.
like, yeah.
You got to be like in that one moment that it actually works out.
No, not even that. Because the only way that any of those things are gonna work out is if you fight someone who's like not even at all experienced. Like if someone knows how to throw hands, you're gonna get pretty beat, you know.
Jeez.
But once you get to level 2 and level 2, then you can use that towards somebody. And level 3, you're basically trained to like, you know, beat somebody up pretty bad.
There we go.
But I'm just level 1 certified. I mean, it's not to scare nobody. I'm just like, whatever. I got my certification. It's cool because it looks good on my
Resume.
Yeah, it's called something else, but I just military resume for civilians.
Well, what is that word?
I think it's called ERB.
ERB.
I think is what it's called. The ERB.
There's a lot of like abbreviations.
A lot of
in the
acronyms, bro. There's a
military.
lot of acronyms. It's crazy, especially as a scout. Like, there's so many acronyms that I like have to learn. Well, I mean, I learned them all, but you have to learn so many acronyms. It's crazy.
Do they ever quiz you guys like a paper quiz?
we got quizzed a lot actually.
If you guys don't pass, well, you guys got to run again, or
No, if you don't pass, you get recycled. So you basically you'll sit out of training. You won't be training, and then you have to wait for another company to pick, or well, not a company, that's infantry, but another troop to pick you up. So for example, say like I'm supposed to graduate April 14th when I graduated, and there's another troop that graduates in let's say like June 15th. So you have to wait till that troop gets to where you're at. So say they're still in red phase and you got dropped out in blue phase. So you would have to wait until they get to blue phase so they can pick you up. So you can be there like until, you know, you actually take the time to study your stuff.
So if you're there waiting for them to get into the blue phase, what do you do? Are you
you can't like really do anything. The drill sergeants don't really do anything to you. You wake up and you just sit around, you help the drill sergeants or whatever they need, but they can't really do anything to you because you're not training.
And at this time, do you guys get a little bit of pay or something when you're in boot camp?
A little bit of pay?
Well,
everybody gets paid the same. So you start off as an E1, which is enlisted 1, or so.
So the guy that stays back, he's still getting money the whole time.
Well,
he's in
you
there.
get promoted, so whoever stays back is basically still getting paid as what? Well, if they've been there for 6 months, you get it promoted to E2, and then if you get, I think it's a year, it's E3, and then 2 years E4. So it's, I don't know the pay scale for it, but you can look it up. I mean, every E1 gets paid the same, and then E2 gets paid the same, E3 gets paid the same, E4, and then
just depending on where your qualification is, right there.
Yeah.
Or your title.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's pretty dope. And does it, like, is there enough money to, like, kind of go, or is it kind of struggling too on that end?
I think.
Or the military takes care of you?
I mean, the military definitely takes care of you in the aspect of, like, I mean, not money-wise, but, like, you're never going to be hungry. You're never going to have nowhere to sleep. You're always going to have, like, medical and dental, whatever you need, you know? But, like, money-wise, a lot of people be like, oh, the military doesn't pay me enough, whatever. And I mean, it's just how you live. If you live like above like your standards or whatever you call it, I mean, you're definitely gonna go broke. You know, just save your money. It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will get out of basic and have like a couple thousand in their bank, and they just go straight to buy a Hellcat, bro. It's actually true.
I was about to say that. I was gonna say, like, do they buy you guys a Mustang when you guys get out? Because I know every freaking military person usually gets, you know, a car as soon as they're out.
No, I think that whole concept that came up was because some people get like $20,000 bonuses, so they'll go get their little Hellcat with their little 17% interest, and then
17% interest. Hey, it sounds like a smart move right there, man.
Like 17, that's not that bad.
Hey, do they give you guys a lecture about interest in there, bro? Because I know in school they don't.
We took a financial class actually. And it's pretty solid. It's a solid financial class. It's 8 hours long. You sit in the classroom 8 hours, and these two financial people came in to us and talked to us about our and they're actually hella educated about that, so it's sick. I was like, I honestly did new stuff. I started learning stuff that I didn't even know about it. I was like, oh, that's crazy. I didn't even know I could do that. You know, like about how to lower your interest since you're in the military or whatever. And
they teach you about your credit score. They teach you about importance of all that.
All that. Yeah, they would ask like, oh, where are smokers at? Some people would raise their hand like, oh, how much packs of smokes you smoke? One guy said, I smoke 4 packs of cigarettes a week. And I was like, damn. And he's like, what if you brought that down to 1? How much money could you save and you invested into a company, you know? And yeah, it just makes
investments.
it makes you really realize, like, damn, bro, like these people out here smoking like 4 or 5 packs of cigarettes. Like, how much does the pack of cigarette cost you? Like,
It depends. If it's Marlboros, they're like $9.
Yeah, exactly.
If
like,
you get those King Mountains, they're like $3.
Think about it. You take 4 of that, and then you put it over time. It's gonna accumulate into a good chunk of change that you have in stock.
Girl, to anybody that does like something on the side, bro, whether if it's cigarettes, imagine like people that smoke marijuana, bro. Imagine people that do cocaine. Imagine all these different things, bro. Like, you know, but yeah, it's off topic. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But money saving is important. Money saving is important.
Yeah, the Army is good with money saving if you take it really seriously. They teach you real good, you know. It's dope.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good. No, so tell me more about you, Fidel.
I mean, from Toppenish, you already know that. I worked a bunch of salary jobs since I got out of high school, graduated. Worked a bunch of salary jobs, didn't know what I wanted to do. And one day I quit Stylo when I was working here in Zilla. I had an argument with my manager. I said, you know, I'm gonna quit. So I just quit. I walked off. I came back from lunch, just slid my card. I was like, clock out. And after that, I went to go get a haircut from G Cuts. And he's like, come on to barber school with me. Boom. I was like, you know what? I'm down. Called FAFSA up, got some cash, and then went to barber school. And then I just started cutting hair. And then eventually my life just started getting more stable. And then while I was going to barber school, I got a job at Blue Sky right there at the grocery store. And I was just, you know, stacking up a little bit of cash on the side while I was, you know, trying to get my barber
Still barbering.
Yeah. And then I got married, and then my girl pushed me to get a better job. So that's when I applied at the DC at Walmart, and I was making like $20 an hour. So it was cool, you know, and they were giving me a good solid 40 hours, 50 hours a week. So I was making pretty good money. I started stacking more cash. I was like, and by then I was like, damn, I can't do this in barber school. So I laid off barber school a little bit, but by that time I was already pretty good, solid at cutting hair. So I was making good money on the side with cutting hair, and then at the DC. For
IRS purposes, it was always a donation, right?
Yeah, there was
always
donation. Yeah, it was just donations. But yeah, so that's basically all it is. Like, I just work a bunch of salary jobs. I mean, I come from Toppenish, and I mean, that's it. It's pretty popular in high school. I love it. Nah, just later.
Well, tell us, what can we expect from Fidel? What can we expect in the future, bro?
Definitely gonna get more into making more YouTube videos, fishing videos, bro. I can't wait to get back into it. Right now, I'm just trying to get more into like civilization again, like talking to people normally. Like,
is it hard? Has it been that hard?
Like, don't get me, like, bro, like when you're in the military or when you're at basic training, they'll have you eat with your head down. You're just like this, and then you just gotta eat, boom, boom, eat as fast as you can, and they have you, and then you go back out to training. So sometimes my girl will be like, "Why are you eating with your head down?" And I'm like, "It's just a habit, you know. You just like, whatever, you're eating with your
Niño regañado."
Yeah, bro, it was scary, you know. It was it was good.
What would happen if you would look up, or what? Would you get in trouble?
Yeah, if you look up, if you look up, they'll be like, "Oh, so you're done? All right." So they'll make you go throw your food away. So everybody was like, "Gotta eat," and then. Yeah, because they worked you hard. So if you didn't have your nutrients, you'd pass out or whatever. You know what happens. But yeah, like I was saying, definitely adjusting back into civilization right now.
That's
like
just
with civilians and stuff.
Yeah, that's your only goal right now. And I mean, I can't understand. You know, I haven't been away from civilization for 6 months. You know, like, bro, I can just imagine. I know you say that different topics or whatever, but just not having your phone, bro. Like me, I go a few hours without my phone, and then you're looking for your phone, you can't find it. You get all like you know, you're looking for it. Yeah. So how, like, it's just crazy to come back.
Yeah, bro, like crazy. Like, I don't know. I guess I look at things like smaller things. I took a lot of things for granted now. Like, and I'm just like, damn, I can't take that for granted. Like, I definitely take a lot of things for granted, the smaller things. And you just look back, like just being able to eat whenever you want, you know, have a candy here and there.
Be able to sleep when you want.
Being able to sleep when you want. And then just, yeah, it's pretty cool being back. That's what I like about this place.
No, that's good. That's good, man. That's good. And so for anybody interested in joining the Army, bro, anybody, or the National Guard, anybody interested in that, like, what can you tell them?
Don't. Nah, I just
They said it was good, bro. I thought you said it was good.
Nah, I just playing. No, it's cool. It just definitely builds you into a better person. I feel like I'm a better person.
But how can they get information on that? How can they reach out to somebody? I mean, I know I think the one here at the Yakima Mall actually got closed, right?
Yeah, the Yakima Mall got closed. So if you're interested in joining the National Guard, I don't really want to put out names just because I don't know if I'm allowed to or not. I mean, I probably could because they're recruiters, but I mean, if you want, just go on Google and look up in your area, you know, Washington National Guard, and recruiters near me.
If anybody's actually really serious, can they like reach out to you personally?
Yeah, definitely. Just reach out to me. Somebody actually hit me up yesterday on Snap and was like, I'm interested, you know, like how can I pass the ASVAB because I failed it. And I was just giving them a bunch of tips. And then they were asking me, I was like, hey, what kind of job are you interested in? They're like, I want to do infantry because I know Fort Benning does infantry, Calf Scouts, and tankers. And they all do the same area. So I told them, I was like, if you're interested in joining infantry, it's really physically and mentally demanding, you know, so definitely just get ready for that. Get ready for not having your phone. Get ready to, like, have basically your life already scheduled for you. Controlled for you for the next 22 weeks. So people have been hitting me up, though. They're like, oh, you know, I want to do this. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad to help.
Yeah. So now do you think you can do a shitload of push-ups now, too? And
I can do a lot. I can do push-ups. Yeah.
We're gonna have to get I don't want to start no problems between different parts of the military, but we're gonna have to get like the Army, a Navy guy, and a Marine to see who does more push-ups, bro.
Oh, definitely. I give my respects out to the Marines, bro. They're crazy. Yeah, the Marines are definitely crazy.
Shout out to everybody in the military and everybody always putting in their little piece for our country, bro. It's pretty crazy, but well, I want to thank you so much, Fidel, for being on the show today, man. It was a really nice conversation. I hope later on I have you back on the show. We can talk a little bit more about your barbering and about your fishing once you come back into the civilization mindset, you know.
Yeah.
And, we're always here, man. And thank you so much for being on the show. And we're glad to have you back. We're glad nothing bad happened to you. We're glad that you made it through the whole school, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you so much for everything you plan to do for our country, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro. Make sure y'all check out Stylo's Barbershop, Toppenish.
Thank you, guys.
I don't know what the address is, but make sure you check it out. Go on Google, look it up.
6 Jefferson Ave.
6 Jefferson Ave. Make sure y'all go check it out. Hit him up for a haircut. He gets down.
Thank you, guys, man. Well, you have a good night then, okay?